Graham and Barbara Foster here. We have the 22 Bushwhacker heavy duty
10 HD.
10 HD. Thank you very much. Port Perry, Ontario, and we're just showing our unit off here.
Coming south of the border for you guys to attend a Northeast rally in the States.
That is correct.
How long have you had your Bushwhacker?
Just over 2 years now. Basically, just kept it simple. Just working on the kitchen, basically. Our number one modification was, of course, the fridge, the slide out. That was the number one modification for us.
So you got the Bourgeois V23. You put it on the slider. How have you liked that as an upgrade?
It's a game changer for us. No ice. Just as long as we have hydro, we're good to go. Even without hydro, it'll give us a couple of days of refrigeration.
Off the battery.
Off the battery.
Nice. Now you've done a lot of mods back here. Is that peel and stick?
We changed the original peel and stick to what you see here. It's like a brick montage, basically, but the 22 model came with the metal shelf, so it's a bit more solid from previous models. I
do like the metal shelf. Now tell me about what you did here. This has become a pretty common mod with the fold-out table.
Well, what we've done here is just added this on just to give us some more counter space. Again, just easy peasy, and instead of I think it was the hinge doors before, we just put these sliders on here. This gives us a bit more storage space for different things, and mainly kitchen stuff, just to make it a bit more operator friendly for whoever's working in the kitchen.
Well, I love the little U shape. It definitely gives you more surface area, and that's a nice faucet upgrade. So you did a little plumbing?
We added the faucet and took off the
spray hose.
The spray hose. The spray hose will be reconfigured to come out the side come next spring. But having to do that, we'll maybe change out the counter. But other than that, that's what we've come up with.
And this bolts on?
It's bolted on, yes.
Nice. So it seems like you focused your mods, at least your starter mods, on the galley. So the outdoor galley space must be important to your campsite.
Very much so. It's again, that's the number one. If we don't have a place to cook properly in a relatively secure, dry place, beats the picnic table anyways.
Yes, it definitely does. So the camper is looking good, and I can see that you've made some, we're standing out in a cold fall rain right now.
Yes.
Is this the ARB?
This is the ARB awning, the 2500 by 2500. We have the tent that comes with it. Right now it's being taken down to get a modification for it. And
so you're doing the SAM mod.
This is being the SAM mod.
I can see the doors done. So you've already been prepped, and you've upgraded how you tie this down. So you are going to do the full annex room. That
is correct, yes.
Tell me about this this little tie down that you have going on. You have a background in sailing?
So, nothing fancy. Again, Amazon stuff is just a little easier to adjust your guy lines. It's basically just pulling.
This is nice though.
Little easier.
You have a carabiner that's clicking into your ground stake, and that locks in. It kind of ratchets down and cam jams.
That is correct. Yes.
It locks. So the companies usually give you that bizarre plastic widget that works for a day.
It just gets you away from the knots. Just much easier to use. Again, a carabiner, you could do any sort of connection up here, whatever makes it easier for you to what they've given you.
Yeah, so. And I'll find a link to that. That's an Amazon find.
That is correct. Yes.
But boy, it looks like it saves a lot of stress, and it gives you a good taut guy line.
Again, these guy lines can be a problem, especially when it's dark out. So I think these are reflective, so it helps a lot in the evening.
I didn't even think of that. So you got a little reflective, and obviously it's high vis. I've tripped over a number of those.
Yes, not a good feeling during the night.
So you started doing some mods with your awning room. I like what I see. What did you use? I've seen a lot of tennis balls, but this is different. What is that?
That is a wooden ball from any fence material for your decking.
Okay. I love it.
It's just repurposed wood is a bit more
It's like
secure than a tennis ball.
a
or anything like that.
decorative post top or something.
Pretty much, yeah. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. And again, it just repels the water just a bit better than what was there before. It just gives a bit, and it also gives you a bit more head space, which is very convenient for you know, taller individuals.
So a lot of us have been using paint poles. What are you working with here?
That is a repurposed, probably a, I don't know what it is, tell you the truth. It was repurposed from something, and we didn't have to pay for it, so it's.
That's my
there you
favorite.
go.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
I like the step stool. Now, as part of your room modification, that onboard step gets removed, right?
That is correct. The so again, that's just a temporary thing. That the aluminum step came off, and we will get something that's maybe a bit more bigger. That is not a tripping hazard for the side net, but some sort of box step up to the unit.
So you've had the trailer for a couple years. You're coming down from Canada, checking out these rallies. It seems like you've done a fair bit of travel. What are your favorite things about owning a bushwhacker, or in general, just having a tiny camper?
Well, basically, coming from hardcore tent camping,
I see the Eureka sticker.
There you go. It is literally a step up for camping. Get you off the ground, user friendly, and it's just what you make of it as far as modifications go.
We talked about this in a previous video, and I actually saw folks comment about this. When we get a tiny camper, we use the expression "gets you off the ground" a lot. And
Right.
some of the tent campers that haven't made the transition yet will say get a cot or get an air mattress. When we say that, we're really talking about a lot of things, right?
Right.
It's the ease of setup,
Correct.
the fact that it's a very cold fall rain that I'm standing in right now, but the missus is inside reading a book.
That is correct.
And
Yes.
we have heat.
We have heat.
And if you decided to hook up and go somewhere right now, it takes you 10 minutes.
It would take 10 minutes. I mean, this is just a bonus again. I mean, you can just add it on. Basically, here's your tent on wheels, and it's just close the door, pick up and go, and close the hatch, and you're
Off to the
on
races.
the road. Yes.
And it makes sense why you spent so much time focusing on the kitchen at first, because you also have refrigeration and propane, and you could, do you do a lot of cooking at camp?
Yes, we do. We try to. I know. Again, yeah. I mean, you're stepped up from tenting that, so you can have a few more amenities that you can bring from home. That's a bonus, and that is it takes a while to get used to that sort of thing when you come from backpacking and canoe tripping. So this is.
Did you find that you took a lot of your tent camping cooking accoutrement with you? Do you have the dishes and stuff, or you got all new cooking pots and stuff for
Well, again, that's a transition
Yep.
from tent camping to again, just to make it a bit more homey, I guess, if you want to call
Right.
it that. Just those nice additions.
So the little, I mean, I see a lot of us still use the little butane stoves, and we're using the skills that we developed from backpacking and stuff. But
Correct.
eventually, some of the tours I've taken today, I mean, people have lobster steamers and Instapots and all this, you know.
Again, it's just a transition, and it's a matter of getting used to a different way of thinking. For using those type of appliances when you're camping like this.
How was crossing the border? Have you been camping in the States much?
Yeah, so 2 years. So this will be our probably second trip into the States. We did the circle tour around Superior there last year, and then down to Georgia. No issues. I mean, camping is camping no matter where you go, whether it's a hydro site or just a bare bones setup and enjoy.
So have you done some boondocking?
Not on purpose. We only did that because there was nothing available, and it was late at night, and we just pulled over to the side of the road, and that's where we're camping for the night.
For a backpacker, it's not a big deal.
That's right, yeah. But as far as the hardcore boondocking, until we get the appropriate amenities, solar and
a little
that
battery
sort of thing.
upgrade and
Batteries,
some solar.
yes.
Now, you have quite a tow vehicle here. How Much trouble towing? Do you have to get used to towing a camper, or was it easy?
Well, this is the first time we've ever, again, used a trailer because, you know, our background is as such that we didn't need anything like that. So the truck itself, it's great. More power is better. You know, the bigger truck, of course, you can bring more amenities.
The more stuff you can jam in there.
That's correct. Yes.
And I see you have that like sliding tonneau cover. That's one of my favorite mods. It's like a shed on wheels.
Pretty much, yeah. Very sturdy, very reliable, and again, you just get more equipment in there as required.
That's right. And I mean, the camping in days like this, I mean, what a beautiful back camp area you have here. But you do start getting wet clothes. There's not much storage in these teardrops, so the tow vehicle becomes a big. This shed behind us is not yours, right? You didn't bring this.
No. That's too big a trailer that we want to haul. A Bushwhacker is just you know, the right size for us.
All right. Well, any other words of advice for someone getting into the tiny camper world or watching these videos for inspiration on their Bushwhacker? Anything you learned that you could pass on?
Well, if you're getting out, if you want to make the next step up from tent camping, you know, the Bushwhacker is the way to go. I know ours isn't. This is the only size. There's different sizes you can get, but this is new for us. We're very simple, easygoing, just people, and we just want to keep it bare bones and keeping it simple. And we'll add as required as the time goes on.
I love it. As we get into some of the more elaborate mods, it's important to remind people like simplicity is one of the most joyful things for some of us.
Yeah.
And the ability to hitch it and go. And it seems like your biggest time consumption at camp is just setting up this real simple area so that while we're shooting this video, you're dry and I'm getting wet.
That is correct. That is correct.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, Brian.
I hope people enjoy the video and like, comment, and all that good stuff. But I appreciate you coming down and checking us out in the States.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Do it again sometime.
Oh, you have special guests. Do you want me to come back later? You want to do it another time? You don't care if the interior shot comes with a model? All right. Do you mind? No. It's gonna be in the video. Do you do any mods in here?
No, nothing.
Is it comfortable in here?
It's very comfortable.
Good place to read a book on a rainy, cold fall day?
Kristen Hannah, favorite.
Okay, link in description.